When an animal arrives at Dakin Humane Society, either our Leverett or our Springfield location, there's not always a guarantee that they're going to be in the best of health, no matter how old they are. And if it's something we can't do, we will work with an outside surgeon who's a specialist and make sure that that animal gets the care they need. And we have dogs, cats, and a group that we call small animals. And small animals include rabbits, birds, mice, rats, guinea pigs, ferrets, dagus, a lot of different small creatures like that. We don't have fish or we don't have reptiles, the animals that require tanks and that kind of extra care. There's really a market for every animal, frankly. There are people who really want to bring a small animal in their home because they have a child who wants to start having a pet, and they don't want the care and commitment of a cat or a dog, so they start them on something smaller like a hamster or something like that. And of course, there's a cat and dog crowd. Sometimes they are very fiercely in one camp over another. Some people love them both. So, you know, fortunately, there's a high demand for all the animals, and we are proud to say that we shelter, treat, and foster more than 20,000 of these animals every year. So we are happy to serve them. There was a really terrific goal that we reached in 2012, in particular called our Adoption Guarantee Plan. And that was our intention to see that every adoptable animal that comes to us gets a second chance. We would not euthanize based on a lack of space or how long the animal had been with us. We would be strategic and be innovative, and every animal who is adoptable coming through the doors gets another home, no matter how long the wait may be for some of them. And we were able to do that as of 2012. So that was a terrific one. Volunteers are the backbone of Dakin Humane Society. We would be up the creek without these folks. We have about 1,000 of them in a lot of different roles here, and what they do is invaluable. Being 100% self-sustaining, we need all the outside help we can get, and these folks do a wide variety of things. One of the most important things that they do is they foster animals, whether it's baby kittens who are not old enough to go on the adoption floor yet, if it's an adult dog who maybe needed some kind of surgery and has to get over, healing up a leg or something like that before he can go on the adoption floor. We have people who transport pets between Springfield and Leverett, because we sometimes will move our animals from the two adoption centers. It's a really wide array of things that people can do. As far as funding with Dakin, we have to and do cultivate strong ties with our donors. It's very important to us to honor them and always do our best work, not just because that's our goal, but to honor their support as well. So it's effortless in that regard. That's what we want to do. We stretch every donation as absolutely far as it'll go, and we have a very effective crew here who's innovative and makes every donation count. I think a lot of people think of Dakin primarily as a go-to place for adoption, and there's so much more to what we do. We work with other shelters even, not even in New England, but in the South. When they're inundated with animals, we will take them in if we've got room for them. We also have an education component here at Dakin. We have an education department that does outreach, uses animals and uses the lessons of respect and compassion and care, and it's very effective. I've never worked at a place that had so many moving parts as Dakin. There are so many programs and so many things going on at any given time. I've known about Dakin Humane Society for many years. I've lived in the Pioneer Valley for more than 25 years. When they came to Springfield, I was especially aware of them. And I myself adopted a cat 5 years ago. So it was really funny to have that experience as an adopter first. And I was knocked out by how efficient the staff was and how professional it was. And 3 years later, to have heard about the job opportunity and to have come here and been a part of the marketing team has been incredibly rewarding. These people are real innovators. They're very creative. We're meeting almost every day about various things. We want to talk about this, or we want to bring this to the public's attention, or whatever. We work with the tiniest budgets available. Sometimes the dollar amount is zero, and we just have to do public relations things and word of mouth things. But they're a really dynamic group of folks here, and it's been a real pleasure being part of the team.